Football fans believe they can shout and abuse footballers as much as they wish, just because footballers won't ever hit back. Until they do. 5 times players attack the fans. Number 1. Kung Fu Eric.
The Football Association has this evening charged Eric Cantona of Manchester United in France with misconduct that has brought the game into disrepute.
During Manchester United's visit to Crystal Palace, all hell broke loose. Eric Cantona was sent off for deliberately kicking his marker right next to the linesman. Classic short-fused Cantona. As he was leaving the pitch, he launched himself at the stands, kung fu kicking a Palace fan. Why? According to witnesses, the assaulted fan ran down 11 rows of seats to shout at Cantona. Back to France, you French. Cantona was banned for 8 months from playing in the Premier League. His press conference remains a mystery to this day.
When the seagulls follow the trawler, it's because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much.
2. Bellamy takes no one's In 2009, United and City played one of the most heated Manchester derbies ever. It was a 7-goal thriller decided in the final minute, but we wish that's all that happened. A United fan got onto the pitch and interrupted the game. Manchester City's Craig Bellamy walked over and slapped him in the face. Bellamy, who was man of the match despite the loss, only received a warning from the FA. Do not mess with Craig Bellamy. Number 3. Patrice Evra loves this game. Everyone knows something's not entirely right with Patrice Evra. But the tipping point came in 2018 during a Europa League game with Marseille. Evra was warming up with his teammates when he became the target of fan abuse. Incredibly, from Marseille's own fans. After 30 minutes of this, Evra decided he was not going to take it. He walked over and confronted the so-called fans, even kicking one in the head. The referee saw this and sent Evra off, even though the match hadn't even started. Though Evra's contract was terminated soon after, he had the support from fellow footballers, including France legend Marcel Desailly.
Everyone have seen the images and will make his own judgment about it. I've been in the game and I know how difficult it is when sometimes your own supporters are trying, to give problem to you.
Si sur le terrain déjà tu montres pas le bon exemple, je pense pas que tes coéquipiers vont te suivre.
Number 4. Please don't throw things at players. Alan Smith was known for being a hothead. In 2003, Leeds United and Manchester United faced off in a League Cup game. A Leeds fan threw a bottle at Manchester United player Chris Eagles. Smith, a symbol for Leeds, couldn't tolerate that, so he picked it up and threw it back at the fan, missing him and hitting an innocent bystander. Smith had to issue an apology to the fan and was even arrested for the incident 2 weeks later. Liverpool's Jamie Carragher went through a very similar thing when facing Arsenal at Highbury. After suffering a red card-deserving stamp from Dennis Bergkamp, a gunner threw a coin at him. Kara picked it up and threw it right back. He was sent off and banned for 3 matches. Number 5. Boateng had enough. Racism in football is like David Luiz playing as a striker. It doesn't belong there. AC Milan chose to play a preseason friendly match against Serie C side Pro Patria. What could go wrong? 25 minutes had gone by when Kevin Prince Boateng stopped in his tracks, picked up the ball, and kicked it toward the local ultras. They had spent the entire match insulting him and every other player of African descent. Disgusting. KP proceeded to take his shirt off and walk off the pitch, followed by his teammates.
Sometimes you don't understand, I think, when you're on the pitch, how hard it is to keep cool.
Pro Patria were forced to play an official match behind closed doors.